Why is all this happening? Why? Well, are you ready for some good news? While we're busy trying to figure out who's at fault, God is busy redeeming, healing, and glorifying His name. In John chapter 9, Jesus sees a man blind from birth. Christ must have paused to notice the man because the disciples raised the question in John 9:2, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" See, we like to assign blame because it gives us the illusion of security. If people suffer because they're bad, then all we need to do is be better than them and we will suffer less. Judgment of others offers a twisted sense of personal safety. But Jesus said at verse 3, it was not that this man sinned or his parents, but that the works of God might be displayed in him. Verse 3 of this chapter is a highly debated verse within Christendom. Is Jesus saying that God made the man blind from birth so that years later Jesus could heal the beggar and glorify the works of God? Does this mean that God not only strikes people blind, but also causes cancer and inflicts mental illness? These are the kind of questions. Well, I just find it completely illogical and incoherent to Trinitarian theology to imagine the Father willing disease on people and the Son willing its cure. See, Jesus is the full revelation of God who, according to Luke 4, was anointed for the recovering of sight to the blind. God is light and a giver of light. He likes to open eyes, not close them. Of course, as Paul tells the Galatians, we do reap as we sow. There are, of course, many ways that sin leads to suffering. Alcohol abuse can lead to liver disease, for example. But most suffering in the world is not the direct result of personal sin. It's the indirect result of the whole world's sin. Now, the ancient Greek manuscripts, which give us our New Testament translations, were written with no original punctuation or spacing. And punctuation matters. I mean, consider the difference in saying, I find inspiration in cooking, comma, my family, and my dog, versus saying with no commas, I find inspiration in cooking, my family, and my dog. I think John 9 makes better sense punctuated like this. It was not that this man sinned or his parents, but that the works of God might be displayed in him. We must work the works of him who sent me while it's day. In other words, Jesus changed the whole discussion. Jesus was essentially saying, let's not talk about whose fault it is. Let's just get on to the healing. So especially during this ugly historic pandemic, let's spend little time asking why and a lot of time asking, God, help us all and be glorified through it all. Jesus healed the blind man, and He's still opening eyes today. And that's the gospel. That's today's good news, and you can get more like it by clicking right here. Better yet, if you haven't done so, please subscribe, tell others about it, and start out every single day with good news.